Yeah.
Okay. Hi.
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 Yes. Jumping in.
Three of us in here.
Yes. This is our podcast because
This is our podcast.
we're sisters. I'm Raywyn Pickering.
You are?
Mm-hmm.
I'm Adrienne Pickering.
Yes.
And you're a farmer.
I'm a farmer and a comedian. And you're
I'm an actor.
Oh my gosh.
And a human.
And
This is our podcast. Is this a job?
where we want to talk to people in creative fields. How do they do it? How on earth? Because a lot of people ask us, "Oh, is that a job? Yeah. Do you
we
get
don't
money?
really know the answer.
Do you get money from that?"
We don't really know.
Today we've got an awesome guest.
Yeah.
She's a very well established stand-up comedian, host of the gala this year. She's done like all these big accolades and been doing comedy festival shows. It's Lizzy Hoo.
Hello.
Hi,
Hello.
Lizzy.
Thanks for having
Thanks for
me.
being here.
Thank you so much for
Pleasure.
coming. I was going to say writer, but have you? I mean, obviously, you write your own. Obviously, you write your own stuff. But have you done like writing for TV or anything? I actually haven't talked to you about it.
I have done I've never done any script work, but I've definitely been in the room when they've been brainstorming and stuff like that.
We're in the room.
In the room.
For TV
kind of
stuff.
Yeah.
And I really like that part of
you
the
do?
process
Yeah.
because it's just like, oh, this is what could happen. And then you just
Lots of silly
Throw shit at the
ideas like
wall.
free
Yeah.
Yeah, so I kind of like that. I've done more. So I have an editorial background from
Oh.
so when my pre-comedy days.
Oh.
I know. So I used to write, one of my first ever jobs was writing for Street Press in Brisbane for this magazine called MAP. MAP magazine. It stood for Motivated Australian People.
Wow. It's you to a
cult or
T.
something?
It was a little bit culty,
Motivated.
but it was very much Brisbane magazine. It was street press, but it wasn't too trashy. Like it was a bit more in depth. And in it, they would profile a local dreamer, a national dreamer, and an international dreamer. I know, but we interviewed
Dreamers.
I know, dreamers. We interviewed. It does sound culty now that I'm talking. It was really
Positive.
wholesome, but like
Not just about graffiti.
yeah, and bands, and it wasn't just like a beat magazine.
become
where it was
a
just,
magazine,
yeah,
don't
you
they?
actually
But
interviewed people. But I remember like we interviewed Will Anderson and like people that I see now.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm like, yeah, we interviewed for my Map magazine. But yeah, so I have an editorial background. That was one of my first jobs, editorial assistant. So I used to write as a job.
Yeah.
And then even recently now I've written articles and stuff like that. More that writing than script TV stuff.
Right.
Yeah. I
So
feel
did
more
you
comfortable
go
in
to
that way.
uni and study copywriting or something like that?
Oh,
or some
kind
sort
of. Yeah, I
creative
did
writing?
marketing and advertising. And part of that, we did copywriting. And weirdly, copywriting was the subject I did best in.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
And then, which copywriting is a lot like joke writing
Is
in
it?
a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the
writing,
formula.
Writing short,
Is that what you
punchy
mean?
stuff.
Yeah.
Knowing what an audience was.
Yeah.
Trying to make it
Right.
relatable. There's a lot of copywriters, I think, that Ursula Carlson was a copywriter.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
That is, yeah.
So
It's like similar skills.
very similar
Yeah.
skills. Yeah.
Wow. So you did that coming out of
Yeah.
uni, but so let's go back. So
Yeah.
in high school,
Wow.
yeah,
20 plus years ago.
in high school or like growing up, did you have like a kind of creative bent or like you liked making people
Yeah.
laugh or you just
Yeah, it's weird.
liked performing? Or
I think I did. It was weird because I was such a shy kid. I've got two older
really,
brothers.
yeah,
The middle brother is he's like out there. He's
Yeah.
got a big
extrovert
personality.
Yeah.
And I kind of was in the shadows and just like did whatever he told me. And I was like really quiet, didn't talk. Mum put me into like speech pathology because I didn't talk.
You didn't speak.
I didn't really speak. She put me in speech and drama classes because I didn't.
To try and encourage you to
get out of
find
my
a voice.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
And every year, this is crazy. Like every year, I would enter. So lame. Poetry recital competitions. I know.
Oh, that's really
at the Wynnum Manly Stedford in Brisbane.
Wow. Was that fierce competition?
I loved them.
Oh, that would have been so stressful for a shy person to get up in front of everyone.
I actually
you
quite
found
liked
your voice.
it.
So your mum was right.
I think I liked, and I think this is what I like about stand-up is that it's like a super controlled environment.
Yeah.
They have to listen.
Yeah, and I'm the only person talking.
Yeah.
No one's going to interrupt me, and I have to practice what I'm going to say, and I know what I'm going to say, and it's actually like quite
Yeah, you've got the
comforting.
power in it, I guess.
Yeah.
Wow, I had no idea recitals
Poetry
recitals is such a
Yeah, and so I would always enter. There were different categories, and one of the categories I would always enter is the humorous poem division.
Oh, really?
And I reckon that.
Did you have your favorite humorous poem?
So
Because obviously,
you didn't write them?
No,
So
you just
about
picked a
found
poem.
them.
Yeah, the
and
same
then
question.
Yeah.
Stood and recited.
And then you practiced it, and you'd get
Practice
like these
the
3 old
pauses.
ladies would judge it, and they would. I've still got the certificates from because they judge everyone, and they're like, you pause too long on the 3rd line.
Oh, gosh.
Big powerful voice. We love your expressions. But
They said that to you?
written in their beautiful cursive writing. Like it's so sweet.
Wow.
But yeah, it was a big part of my primary school thing. But I think Mum, because she's a school teacher, she was always trying to make us do stuff like music, drama, all that sort of stuff. But
She was
then
a primary school teacher, or she was a
primary.
performing arts teacher?
No, primary.
Yeah.
But I think when I got to high school, I kind of went into that whole thing of like, oh, I should be doing this. Then I went down this weird maths and science
Career.
Yeah. Of like, I'm gonna
The dark days.
the dark days. And
Maths and science. You were hanging out with nerds.
maths and science. And
That's
then-
your version of rebellion.
right. I was like, I'm studying maths. The hard one.
Your mum is like, no, the poems are your life.
Yeah, she was so good at the poem. She probably would have preferred me to do speech and drama and music and stuff. But I was like, no, I'm doing maths and chemistry, whether you like it or not. And then I did it, and I didn't suck at it, but I was like just average at it.
Yeah.
And then I went to uni, and I enrolled in accounting.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
I could not do it. I could not. I only passed first year accounting because I cheated off my friend.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, in the days where cheating was very easy. But yeah, I passed. I mean, I didn't cheat well. I just passed. Like, I didn't. It wasn't.
You still got some answers wrong.
Just trying to blend in, trying to look natural.
Yeah.
Think of them all. Right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I know.
Yeah. And it wasn't like in that course though, when I did the advertising part of it, I was like, whoa, this is way more creative. What's going on here? And that's kind of, doing the marketing and stuff like that was a bit more creative. And that's kind of where I ended up.
Interesting. Yeah. Yeah.
Until I started comedy.
Yeah.
Weird.
Oh, so you graduated with
Marketing. Yeah, business marketing.
Oh, and then you just got a job, and you
Had
were
a
like,
nice little career in marketing.
Yeah, I had a little
set.
nice editorial. Then I went into a lot of writing roles. I even wrote. I did end up working at an accounting firm. How weird is this?
Oh.
And like a really big one in the marketing business development section, writing tenders. I don't know if you know what a tender is.
Like when you're trying to get a
for a
job.
grant?
Yeah, when you're trying to pitch.
Something.
Pitch the company for a job.
Yeah.
So I ended up writing business tenders. Oh my gosh, what a lifetime ago.
Seems like a lifetime
For
ago.
an accounting firm.
Wow.
But to be fair, really learned how the world works in
what
that
way?
place. And how big business works, because you're trying to sell it. You're like, whoa. Last year where was it PwC that had this is like real corporate shit. They got done for like pitching on tenders, like a conflict of interest where like they had government clients that were telling them about
how to get a job.
Yeah,
and,
like it was a conflict of interest.
What the
And
criteria is.
in my head I was like, they all do that.
Yeah.
Like, we blatantly did that. Anyway, so that was bids and tenders. And then my last job I had before switching over to comedy was account management, which is kind of, if you've watched Mad Men, the Pete Campbell.
Oh, right. Okay.
The sensible, like the non-creative.
The non-creative, but I had like, I guess I understood creative because I'd studied graphic design and stuff like that as well.
As part of your degree. Oh, after.
Yeah. And then, so I could talk about creative better, I think, than most account managers. But yeah, it was more like the client-facing role. A lot of chatties, a lot of talking, a lot of people yelling down the phone at me and stuff.
Oh, wow.
It was
got
real
a thick skin, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of emails, like hundreds of emails a day. Wow. There's like a lot of that. Yeah. And now I only get maybe 3 or 4. Yeah. And it's exciting.
Yeah. Reply to everyone.
Land in the inbox.
From Aldi. Like, yes.
Yeah.
How did the stepping
comedy,
over to the comedy start?
Yeah.
Were you doing any sort of poetry or comedy
No, I
during
wasn't
these
doing
days?
any
The poetry didn't slip in?
you guys.
No?
I thank God. Can you imagine if I ever ended up
there's
there?
like
As an adult poet.
Is there like adult poetry recital that you could nominate for now?
Yeah, there's one.
sure.
Motley Bauhaus has one in Melbourne.
Oh.
And I remember doing a gig at a Motley Bauhaus and having to go to that back room for a comedy gig and passing through the 50 or 60 people there for the poetry night. And I was
you're I'm going into the wrong room.
like, all right,
my destiny. It's the fork in the road. Which way should I go?
No one was, like 10 people were in the comedy show, and then everyone's out there listening to
Banjo
someone.
Patterson.
Yeah. I don't know. Banjo Patterson. Probably more like a wannabe, like Nick Cave or something. I guess. I don't know. Yeah.
Or the one. Who was the lady that put her head in the oven?
Oh, who was that?
Virginia Woolf? No. Who are you talking about?
I thought that was a poet. It was like a famous woman poet that like.
I'm not very good at pop culture.
Poem culture. Anyway, that's pleasant.
Yeah.
How did you get into the comedy? Yeah.
So I had
You were
moved.
thinking about an open mic. I was on the horizon.
I did
dreaming
not think
about
like that. I did not dream about it. So I lived in Sydney before I lived in Melbourne. But before I lived in Sydney, I did 1 year in Mongolia, of all places.
Whoa.
Yeah. Which is, I did like a government-sponsored volunteer program. It's called the Australian Volunteers for International Development.
Whoa.
And it's basically, it's kind of like an American Peace Corps situation. I don't know if you've ever heard of that, where you go over, you volunteer in developing countries. The Australian one's a bit different because you need to have a degree, you need to have work experience, and you apply for these jobs usually in Asia or anywhere they're trying to mine, basically. It's soft diplomacy, right?
Yeah.
So they send people over to a lot of people in Indonesia, Timor. At the time, well, there still is a huge Rio Tinto copper mine in Mongolia. So at the time I was there were probably like 40 other Australian volunteers. And so I went there as a journalist trainer for this local economics magazine, and I spent a year there trying to help them like improve their processes, improve their magazine, and like pretty much just. It turned out it was a bit of that, but it also was a lot of drinking and horse riding.
Oh,
actually, you would find it fascinating.
Love Mongolia.
Honestly, Raylan, as a farmer, I think you would find it fascinating.
Yeah.
Because it's like so old school. Like my friend that I was living with, her dad is a cattle farmer in Coonawarra area.
Okay.
And he came over and he was just like, we went out to farms.
He
like
came over
local
to
farms.
like Victoria.
No,
Yeah.
to Mongolia.
Oh,
Mongolia
sorry.
to
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Oh, I
he
get
was
you.
just like,
yeah.
whoa, this is wild.
So,
yeah, just
yeah.
the way that they
It's
did
very
stuff.
traditional. Still,
Very
like they've
traditional.
Sort of managed to
Not
keep
all like
their
automated. And,
Not at all.
integrity.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
like how they do
Yeah,
stuff.
even the
right?
horses that they keep for
Yeah.
riding, every night the horses just go and
They're
run
wild.
free.
Oh, really?
Then
Yeah.
they come back. The
And
next
then
day
in the
they feed them.
morning, the horsemen will go out and gather the
They'll just
horses
find 'em. Wow.
and bring them back.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was like a really
That's so cool.
Yeah,
It's
I think
just like
you'd
kind
find
of
it fascinating.
working more with nature. instead
Oh,
of like-
totally.
yeah.
I saw my first goat getting killed. Like
Oh, that's a real formative moment.
I was like, but it was so not like it was so
Yeah.
non-confrontational, really.
Wow.
Like I thought it was going to be weird, but I'm a city girl, right?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, like, and then he's like, okay, we're going to eat this goat for dinner. And then they, trigger warning, animal distress. Maybe not, probably not animal distress, to be honest.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Oh, can
distressing.
well,
can
it
say.
sounds more distressing, but the animal actually looked quite
Peaceful.
like it was
Oh, well,
fine.
that's what you I guess strive for really as a like good farmer. You want it to be peaceful,
Peaceful.
and
Can I
minimal
say it?
stress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I'm not
they
gonna
like
censor you, Lizzy. I can take it.
She's just gonna cry.
I'll just be tears flowing down.
the goats. Okay. We ate this goat for dinner. And so they stunned it
Oh,
in the head,
yeah, with like a
hammer.
bolt. Oh, okay. Yep.
and then it like sort of knocked out.
Yeah.
And then because they don't blood their animals,
Ah.
so he like went up, like cut a
Whoa.
like a slit in underneath the goat and put his hand up,
In the stomach? No.
like on the outside, and then killed it by
Whoa.
the throat.
Whoa.
Sort of
Like cut off the
strangled from internal internal strangulation.
Oh, okay.
and then
Wow. Seems
yeah,
complicated.
but they like let the blood out and stuff. Like they didn't just like let it hang.
Yeah.
Like they they did it all
Naturally.
inside as well,
Ah.
which was it was so clean.
Yeah.
for like dealing with all the guts
All those
and
things.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. And I'm sure, I mean, they ate probably.
And then we ate
most of those,
everything.
like
Yeah.
all the guts and everything
Yeah,
that
yeah.
people would think of as dirty or like not
Exactly.
useful.
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
And then we ate it, but I was like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
sure, like that was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mm.
Wow.
yeah. So we've gone on a big time. So after that,
this is perfect for me.
Yeah,
I'm like,
we're in the creative
yeah.
arts.
honestly though, like I
You
think
could
you
have
would
become
really
a farmer, Lizzy.
I mean, I think I wouldn't mind the life.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
I quite liked it out there. I loved the
Does
horse riding.
everyone take part in all elements? You know, often in those villages, there's a real sense
Yes.
of like,
It's a community.
Yeah. Especially
Yeah,
out,
which
like
is
I
very
lived in the city
different to how
in
we live.
Mongolia, which was like a kind of a big Russian Soviet city.
Oh, right.
And but out in the country it's like all just farmers and nomads.
Yeah.
So they move around. But it interesting to
So
me
do
like
they have families?
Yeah.
Like the nomads as a family move around,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
Like they
yeah,
pack
yeah.
up
Move
their
their whole
their
house.
gear or their yurt. They call it a gear. And then like every season they'll move around to
Whoa.
find with their cattle, with their
Yeah.
livestock, their sheep or
Just
whatever.
Because it's a
they've got.
different season and you
Following
got to
the
live
weather
somewhere
and
else.
Finding
Yeah.
more food for their
Yeah.
livestock.
Living so
Yeah.
much more with the environment.
Yeah, it was
I love
really
that idea.
beautiful. But it was interesting because the men did all the manual work, but it was the women that were all the business people behind the scenes, which I found really. They were like
Like with
real
the trading
bosses.
and stuff,
yeah,
is that what you
real
mean?
the trading and everything. Yeah.
Oh.
But they had. I found this was interesting. They found out that we eat lamb. Disgusted in us.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it a sacred?
Yeah, they're like they didn't
Oh.
like they would keep lambs in their bed and stuff. Like they were like so precious about the lambs because then they grow up and they Mongolian cashmere is a real big deal. So they get as much cashmere from the sheep.
Yeah.
Shearing it and knitting
Yeah,
it and
yeah.
using it.
And then then kill them but much later. Like they use the animal quite a lot before they kill it. Yeah. But yeah, them finding out that we eat lamb, they were like, what? Wow. You heathens.
You monsters.
That's disgusting. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
It's really interesting.
Yeah.
So different.
That is interesting.
It was really different. Yeah. So to that point, it was different. It was unusual.
This was
what a cool gap year. I mean,
like
not a gap year, but it was
like a sabbatical, I would say. This was after the accounting firm. So after the accounting firm, I did this. I applied for this job at the accounting firm. Actually, one of my colleagues, he was going for a position, a similar thing in Vietnam, and he got me to proof check it, and I was like, what the hell is this?
Awesome.
This sounds amazing.
And
then
I just jumped on board. This is what I need.
Yeah.
Sabbatical.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this sounds amazing. I want to do it. Like, I'd love to go overseas and still be working and feel like I'm doing something. And then I applied for a job and got this one.
Wow. But did you apply specifically for Mongolia? You can choose.
Yeah, there's different jobs in different countries.
Okay. And I just like drawing you for some reason.
I didn't know a thing about Mongolia, to be honest. But I looked at the job and the job description. I'm like, oh, I have the skills to match that one. Because of the accounting firm, I knew about like economics, I guess, and what they were talking about. And then because of the writing stuff in the magazines, I was like, I've worked in a magazine. I can help you do that sort of stuff. I got graphic design skills. I can sort of help you along that way. And I thought, oh, Mongolia.
Yeah.
Why not?
Fascinating.
Why not? And it was honestly still the best thing I've ever done.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah.
So was it a whole year?
Whole year, 12 months. So arrived in October, which is sort of going into their winter, and their winter's crazy. It's like minus 40.
Wow.
Like in January. But it was still like you would still go out. You would still do stuff.
Yeah.
We drank a lot of vodka. Honestly, I don't know how I used to drink. I used to drink vodka like wine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Whoa, like a big pour.
Just like half a bottle.
Wow.
Like you come to a party and you'll be like, here's my bottle of vodka. But it's such nice vodka. It's not like you have like a vodka and shake your head. It's not like, ugh.
Yeah.
It's really
beautiful.
Smooth. Beautiful vodka. Yeah. Wow. So that year was crazy and like so many different experiences.
Yeah.
Even just going to the shops was like sensory overload. There was so much stuff happening. Horse riding. Such different culture. Like
such a different emphasis on what it is that is important.
Yeah, true. They just lived for
ambition and working.
Yeah.
It's very different.
Very different because they were more about like survival because of the environment. It was all about like they had different meats that they ate in different seasons. To one of the people that I worked with, one of the girls, she was telling me like before winter they all try and put on 4 or 5 kilos to keep them healthy in the winter
because they're not going to be able to eat as much. It just isn't as much food.
But or just because if they get sick,
uses more energy.
They get using more energy. They just needed to be warmer. Because it's minus 40 degrees. And it's like,
you need a fat layer.
What place would you go to and the women are like, I've got to put on 5 kilos. It's a matter of life or death. But it was, honestly, such an exciting year. And then when I moved back to Australia and I moved to Sydney, I was applying for jobs in Sydney and Melbourne because I was like, I can't go back to Brisbane. I'm just going to leave again. So I got a job in Sydney. And that first 6 months was really hard. I had like a reverse culture shock, I guess. Yeah. I was just like walking around.
Like, meh. Why are we all working so hard?
Yeah, exactly.
Does this matter?
I remember one of my new colleagues, because I worked in North Sydney, which is like, just corporate. It's just so corporate. Yeah. And I remember one of my colleagues being like, oh, we're getting a new Coles. And I just was like, is this what life is?
What we get excited about?
Is this? I know.
Are they going to kill a goat in the Coles? Can we get on board as a community?
And
that's crazy.
Yeah, after that 6 months, like after the fun of being home wore off, I was just like, what am I doing here? And especially because in Mongolia I was kind of looked up to in a work sense. I was like this expert that had come over.
That's kind of nice.
And then at my new job they like, I don't know, it was a bit toxic at first, the culture, and it was a bit like that no one wanted to help me. And
Yeah.
I don't know, just doing a new job again and doing something new. But I got super depressed and like just really like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
And then I was doing a lot of therapy, and she was like, oh, you got to find some hobbies. You've got to like get out there and try and like create this excitement for yourself. And I was like, God. Okay.
It's the last thing you want to do, isn't it? Like
in that depression, and you're just
like the therapist suggests something and you're like,
I just
it's like the thing in the back of your brain like are the most frightened of or the most resistant
like,
to doing.
Can't we just drink?
I've got vodka right here.
But then I was doing all these courses at Sydney Community College.
Right.
I did
like just any kind of creative.
What sort of
outlet.
things?
Sewing.
Pottery.
Oh,
Sewing. Millinery.
Oh,
hats.
wait, what's
Hats.
hats.
And I actually loved millinery, to be honest.
Really?
Millinery was a really cool process
Wow.
if you ever get the chance to do a millinery
do a
It
course.
is kind of like, what sort of hats did you make?
We
like
made
ones for the races? With
Yeah,
all
we
that,
made
or more
Fascinator.
like
Whoa.
Yeah,
felt?
we made a fascinator, and then we actually made like a felt hat.
I was going to say I would love to
With
make
the
that.
wool?
An akufu.
With the wool.
Like,
That
I would love
I
to do it.
thought at the time that I was like, wow, this hat is amazing. and then like weeks later I put it on, I was like, Jesus
Oh my God.
one side longer than the other.
this hat is not suit. I can never wear this in public. But it was a nice process today. It was so ugly though. It was kind of that color. I mean, which is a kind of nice color, this
Like a
maroon kind of
brown.
color.
Yeah.
But honestly, it
Wow.
sat in the top bit of my cupboard for about a year, and then I was like, I gotta just chuck this. I gotta bend this. But the millinery course was really fun. But then, of course, I was on the mailing list for Sydney Community College, and I got an email, and it was like, try stand-up comedy, and I was like, sure.
Whoa.
We're at rock bottom. It can't get worse than this.
Such a good instinct. Like, keeping an open mind. Well,
Yeah.
the Mongolia trip
Yeah,
is something.
true.
Like that you saw your friend and there's something inside you that's like, you know what, I need this.
I'm taking big swings.
Yeah.
Let's
make a hat.
Let's do hats. Yeah, let's see what happens.
That's really cool.
So stand-up comedy.
Yeah,
you went to
stand-up
a
comedy
class with a teacher and a bunch of other
Well, there were two
intimidated people.
100%, mostly corporates looking to get better at public speaking.
Right.
But there were two courses I was looking at. There was one stand-up comedy for beginners, and then the other one was Introduction to Small Talk.
Wow.
But I couldn't do that one because it was full.
Oh my God.
It was full.
Whoa.
It was booked out. I couldn't do Introduction to Small Talk.
Oh my God. I'm so intrigued.
Adrian's got her head in her hands at the moment. She's like,
There's just something so crushing about.
I know.
Imagine
applying
like,
to do
okay.
a course and it being booked out for introduction
Introduction
to
to Small Talk.
But what does that course like? It's like, okay,
What are
this
you
semester
doing?
we're talking
Hey.
about weather.
Yeah. I didn't know. That's what I was kind of like.
Oh
Because
my
I wasn't
God.
very good at small talk. Like, I think I'd gone back into my shell a bit when I moved back to Australia. And I was
yeah.
like,
Confidence.
oh, God,
Yeah.
I don't know how to
But
talk.
also far out. Small talk is fucking like kill me.
I
like-
It can be really
I
boring,
hate being in a small talk
but small
conversation.
talk- yeah, but small talk can often lead to really interesting things.
Yeah.
and like big talk. Like,
Yeah.
our dad's
It
very
can.
good at that.
At
You know,
small-
how he's
Small talk, big
always
talk?
doing the
Oh
small
yeah,
talk.
the
And then he
transition.
talk-
He
the
talks
seamless.
talks to waitresses.
Oh.
So
All of a
where did you go to
sudden-
for school? And like
Oh,
all kinds
wow.
of yeah.
Well, sort of, but yeah, often it can lead to other stuff, and then
Yeah.
you realize you've actually got something in common with this person, and
Yeah, I guess so.
it can surprise
if
you
it can,
sometimes,
yeah.
but- yeah.
Often like those are the rarities. I
Yeah,
feel
guess
like
you're
those
right.
like
probably like
those little
99%.
diamonds of like,
Yeah.
wow, this is a nice conversation instead of just like, yep, Yep.
It's cold.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
It's time to go.
Yeah.
Well, a new Coles opening up.
Yeah. Wow. Have you been to the new Coles?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Walk down that frozen aisle.
Aisle 13. Whoa, nice.
Beautiful stuff.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I bet so many, office people, I guess, would be doing the small talk course.
I don't know.
Maybe
I
it's for
reckon
people who don't speak English and it's like a way of learning
maybe that's what
English as well.
because I did another
that's
this is
yeah.
a few years ago. I did another Sydney Community College course, and it was like
You got to get off
should
their
be
emails.
teaching these by now.
gosh,
Yeah.
I plugged the Sydney Community College.
I mean,
Anytime.
obviously they've got
That's
good
awesome.
repeat customers. I mean,
I'm a big fan. You can learn anything there, honestly.
Maybe I've got to get on the mailing list.
I wish I had
Yeah.
a Melbourne. Is there
They
a
don't do
Melbourne
it.
community
Community
college?
oh, maybe.
They do.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where?
Moreland Council had a
community
Marybeck
Community
had-
college.
yeah.
Gosh, I got to get on there.
Wow.
I'm sure they had one because
Yeah.
I can remember thinking I might do a few things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I was a bit timid to do it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was a bit too busy.
Could change your
I
life.
could have changed my
Yeah.
life. Yeah.
Change your life.
But so I'm interested
That's
in the
so
stand.
cool.
Oh, yeah. So-
what was your experience
Well,
of it?
I did the stand-up comedy course. It's 4 Monday nights,
Yeah.
maybe 3 hours each night.
Yeah.
And honestly, it was a bunch of corporates. Some of them had done Toastmasters and things like that. Have you heard of that? It's like a
yes,
speech
they're coming
competition.
through. Yeah,
So
public
is that
speaking.
debating
Yeah.
or something,
It's
or
just public
something?
speaking.
Public speaking.
And
yeah.
so I was in a room with a bunch of corporates basically, and then the teacher said at the start of the course, we'll do a friends and family show at the end. It's a lot of fun. Have that in mind. You don't have to do it, but you're here, so you may as well do it,
Yeah.
sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then by the end of it, we'd all written like a 5-minute set. He
Yeah.
kind of just introduced us to comedy and like these are the
Yeah.
types of jokes you can do.
Was he a
These are
comedian?
yeah,
Stand-up?
yeah, he was
Oh,
a
okay.
stand-up.
Yeah.
Been around forever, like an old school Sydney
Yeah.
stand-up. And so at the end of the course, he puts on the Friends and Family show. We were meant to invite like friends and family.
Yeah,
I
did you
invited.
invite?
Oh yeah. In hindsight, it's so batshit crazy that I invited everyone at my work.
Whoa.
Yeah, my bosses.
So confident.
Yeah, coming from the person that was so shy. And now you're like,
And now I'm like,
come out.
come to my stand-up comedy night.
Debut.
guys. Yeah. But honestly, I think I invited everyone because I thought it'd just be a one-time
Yeah.
thing.
Right.
And I think they all, like, I'm pretty sure my work, well, yeah, they did know that I was going through a bit of a hard time and stuff. So they really wanted to support me.
Oh.
And on a week before I did my first stand-up course, my boyfriend at the time broke up with me.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was so weird. He called me from Bali when I was at work, and so they all saw me like getting broken up with in the glass boardroom when I was
From Bali?
From Bali. It
Are you
was so-
kidding?
Yeah,
Like, obviously something's like, I have to break up with
I
her.
have to break up with her. I'm in Bali. I've
Yeah,
got it.
so that
was
I can
like,
be free.
I would have rather.
Oh my
I think I would have rather
God.
be cheated on and then just broken up with after.
gross.
To be honest.
Absolutely.
Anyway, he wrote.
I mean, at
yeah.
least in
That's a weird
person.
move.
Yeah.
Weird move. So
My
he broke
God.
up with me that, and so I feel like everyone at work was like, "We better go to the stand-up comedy show. She's had
We
a
better
hard
laugh.
time."
Yeah.
So they all came. I invited everyone that I knew in Sydney, my friends and cousins
Oh,
and stuff like
wow.
that. I reckon I had like 20 people there. There was probably like 200 people there though.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
it was
That's
like
a big show. Yeah.
first show, and it was really warm
Wow.
and welcoming.
Oh,
And
nice.
the MC, who was the teacher, he made sure everyone was like really encouraging and there for us. And then I did my 5-minute spot, and I had a really fun time.
Yeah.
And then the teacher afterwards, he said to me, he's like, you should keep going. And that was like, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's try and do some open mics. But from that gig to when I first did an open mic was probably a good 6 months, I would
Yeah.
say.
So-
Yeah.
and you really enjoyed it. Did it feel like like coming home? Did it feel like it was just sort of meant to be, or was it sort of just adrenaline and kind of?
Yeah, I think.
What was it that you enjoyed about it?
I think the adrenaline. I think I really enjoyed the writing process in those early days
because you had to write a bit, so you learnt how to do that as part of the course.
Yeah, so you had to write jokes, and because I'd had that writing background, like I missed writing, so I was like, oh, this can be my writing outlet, and then I just wrote. I wrote so much stuff, and never performed it.
You had to edit it out.
Well, and then such a big part of writing for comedy or for anything, right?
Yeah,
writing
you
so
just
much
gotta
and cutting.
Exactly. So, I think I enjoyed the thrill, and I still enjoy this, as you would, Rowan. Like when you write a joke and then you say it and it works, and you're like, woo, amazing feeling. Yeah. And I think that was the big thing for me. I didn't really love the performing aspect of it at first. That was really, I found
that's interesting. Yeah, because you've had like performing in your
I've been
your bones,
on stage
the poetry aforementioned.
I have performed poetry.
But I guess it's sort of different, isn't it? Like saying someone else's words at a recital is kind of different
to revealing
being
your
own.
Yeah, saying a silly poem about flock socks, something that was stupid.
It's different to
like
being judged like as a person.
Yeah, it's very different. And thrilling. Like it was a big thrill. So I think I enjoyed the writing part of it, and then the performance part of it. Oh my gosh, like going to open mics and stuff like that. I hate it. I mean, they're not great at the best of times. I don't mind it now, but I think when I first started, I would drive to these open mics. I would park the car and then I would drive away.
Home. I did that.
You did that?
Yeah. I absolutely did that. I would but drive. Sometimes I would even park. So like not intentionally, but I was like, you can see the pub like from your car park. You knew that they couldn't see you, and then you could see all the people like out front, like they all know each other and they're high fiving and they're talking. And you're like, I don't know anyone and I can't do it. And I'm just gonna go home.
Yeah, it was really quite awful.
It is so intimidating.
And I would talk myself out of it. Like I would say things like, "You've got a job. You're fine. You're 32 years old. What are you doing?
It's not worth it.
So you're just hanging." And then you go in, obviously open mics, there's like a lot of young guys. I'm like, I'm not talking about the stuff they want to hear. They're going to hate this anyway. But then I sort of did find my crew, though. I did make myself go. Yeah. And the same people starting at the same time as me in Sydney were like Jenny Tian, Steph Broadbridge, Beck Melrose.
Yeah.
Like I found my crew.
That's great.
Which was really nice. I'm still good friends with those people.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was kind of to find people.
To really push yourself in the beginning.
To just get over that fear. Like anything. Yeah. It is a bit, but open mic comedy is scary.
And when does that change? Like at what point does it start to get easy? Is it just you become the person given the high five?
Yeah, well, exactly.
So then it's a sense
kind of
like you're meeting up with your friends. It's not quite like you're the outsider. You start to be a part of
it definitely becomes more comfortable. I still felt really out of place and everything like the first couple of years of comedy for sure. Definitely.
Yeah.
I find Melbourne quite a nice comedy community. Yeah. Yeah. Very friendly. I felt like Sydney could be a bit bro-y sometimes. I still loved gigging up there and I have a lot of mates up there. But yeah, those initial years, it was terrifying.
Yeah.
Didn't love it. And of course you're on stage, like you're still new, like you're not comfortable in what you are. You've got like, I've got this 5 minutes, I know it works, but you're not comfortable in like testing stuff out. Whereas now I would happily chuck in a new joke and some other stuff anywhere really. But it just
you're more
just
confident on stage.
And that confidence
totally. And especially the first couple of times as well, you feel like, I've already told this and I bet everyone's listening. And then once you do it a few more times, you're like, no one is listening. Like, why do you worry about it so much? But you're really just thinking about your own. You've got a blank stare and you're just thinking about your own material.
But yeah, then I think I did raw comedy after that.
Oh yeah, in Sydney.
In Sydney,
Yeah.
And yeah.
So
I
you've
kind
been
of-
doing some open mics, and then
I've
you
done
were
a
like,
couple. Like I did that first gig with the course, and then I did a handful of open mics, and then
yeah,
I said to I remember saying to myself, I'm not going to do any more open mics before raw comedy.
oh,
Because it's really blowing my
breaking you.
confidence.
oh.
So I was like, nope, which is the opposite of what
Well,
you probably should do. I don't know. I was like, no more open mics before raw comedy.
Sensitivity training or something.
So I just like wrote and practiced at home by myself, no crowd or anything. And then I got to the state final in raw comedy, and I was like, okay. And then from then on, it was easier to get gigs and stuff, and I just kept doing it.
gigs.
Wow.
And then I got obsessed. Like,
do you just like
Yeah.
do gigs here in Melbourne now? Do you find that you have to kind of travel around a lot, or like how does your work sort of how does it work now?
oh, now I like, yeah,
Now
now
that you've sort of built up a career.
well, I'm traveling a lot, like interstate and that sort of thing. But now I'm sort of in the cycle of
Having an hour
the
show.
comedian here, which is building an hour show every year, and you're kind of in this like structure of, okay, September
For a
rolls
festival.
around, think about
Yeah.
a new show,
Okay.
and January. I think this year I started in January in Perth,
Mm.
and then I went to Adelaide, did all the
Test it
Canberra,
out.
Yeah.
everything, and then Melbourne's obviously the big marathon, and then Brisbane, Sydney. You kind of like the first 5 months of the year is mapped out for you a little bit.
Yeah.
So I find that now I'm in like
So have you done that a few
structure.
years in a row, that sort of cycle, and found
Yeah.
like enjoyment out of it? Like found
Yeah, definitely. I love
energized by
doing it. I love the thrill of like,
Yeah, you do, of like crafting a new hour.
yeah, I
and
do
finding
like
it.
that, and like making the puzzle fit and all
Yeah.
that sort of stuff. I do see like it feel like a bit of a grind at times because it's like, oh gosh,
You're
I've
always
got I
like
just
either
finished
when do
that
you have a
show.
break?
creating something new or like really trying to polish and get the next you know, like,
Yeah.
is there a break in all that anywhere?
Yeah, I guess
For
there
or
is.
room
I
for
don't know.
other
There's
stuff,
there's a
or-
couple of ways to look at it, I reckon. And I think you can look at it from the way of like, you know, give yourself a break if you need to do that. Some people need to do that to be like, I want to do a show every second year. In my head, I very much have the, well, this is my job.
Yeah.
And even coming from like the magazine writing background, you don't get a break to be creative when you're writing articles and stuff like that. Like it's still, you're writing. It's your job.
Yeah.
You're just churning it out. And like, I don't want to churn comedy out, but then I also do want to churn comedy out because it's like,
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I guess if you were to take like time off, you would it would never be time away from comedy.
Yeah.
You'd still be doing that.
Would you? Right. I
And
guess
you'd still
yeah,
be, yeah.
you'd still be doing other,
it's
like,
so
yeah.
integrated, like it is your life.
Yeah.
you know?
If I took a time away from festivals, I'd probably be doing something else comedy related anyway. But I kind of feel like, that's my job now, and that's
And it's
what it is. Like,
and it's like sustaining. Like,
as
as
it's
in
a big chunk of my income.
you can live
Like,
off it by just having this show every year, just touring around Australia. as
Well,
well.
I can sort of predict. I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to make X amount of money from this tour. If I took that away, it'd be like, oh, God.
Yeah.
What else are you going to do?
Yeah.
Like,
Which is like, it is amazing that you're at this point pretty like, you know, early in your career as well. I mean, you're year 9 or
like 8. I don't know.
8. Yeah. Like
Yeah,
that's
9,
pretty, you know, you've achieved a lot.
Oh, thank you.
You know, but is that, when did you make the transition as well? Like away from your other job
Time too.
to being like, I actually want to be a comedian as my job.
Yeah, well, it's interesting because I I started when I was 32, which I always call myself mature age student in comedy.
Yeah, it seems stupid, but so many people start out so young and they have nothing to freaking talk about.
Well, yeah, it's different. Like,
but I feel like often the people that start later, like they've got more life experience and they're more interesting, I guess, to listen to.
Right.
So
they start off parallel to another career.
Yeah.
But do it for a long time in parallel to another career.
Exactly.
Where it's sort of like you're able to do that and tie that in a bow and then jump to this one and
exactly, and you know yourself better as well, which comedy is all about.
It's a big part of finding your authenticity, isn't it, comedy?
So I feel like if you start young, which is great, but you learn the skills really, like you know how to do comedy, and then maybe the subject matter comes later when life gets a bit more interesting or more relatable or something like that. But what was I talking about?
So the transition away from your work.
Okay. So I worked my job and did comedy until the end of 2021. So after COVID, I was very lucky to have a job during COVID.
Yeah.
I probably would have quit my job earlier, but
it was COVID.
Yeah.
Wild
times. But I knew as soon as we were allowed to perform and travel again that I was like, okay, I can quit my job now.
Do you think it was almost like having COVID, it was like it made you think a lot more about what you wanted to do, and then it was a bit more of a like, okay, when it ends, I do want to pursue this because you've had this time. No one can do it. And
I think I knew before that. I always but I think in those first few years of doing it, my mindset was kind of like, I need to find out if I like this ASAP. Because
is this the thing?
Because I'm 32, I have a job, I have a career. I need to find out if I'm going to pour my heart and soul into this for the rest of my life pretty quickly. I couldn't just like dabble I'll do one gig here, one gig there. I did so many gigs. Like in those first few years, like probably as many gigs as I could. The shittiest gigs. 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. Driving to Wollongong for 5 minutes, driving to Canberra, doing Newcastle, like doing all these terrible small gigs. I mean, they were fun. Still a thrill.
That's my life.
Still like
driving to Bendigo, driving to Ballarat.
Exactly. But it's like it's just like part of it. And, it's fun. But I think I had to know if it was something that I wanted to.
I really like
do.
that you said I had to find out if I loved it or if I really liked it, rather than if I was good enough at it or if I was going to get the jobs or anything. That's like a distinct like difference in mindset is like, you know, if I love the thing, then it feels like you had the confidence that it would be the right thing to do and success will follow because I'll be in the right place and I'll be authentically doing what I should be doing. And
that is
nice
interesting.
Kind of
I think
self-trust or self-confidence too.
And maybe too like coming in as an older person. Loving it was so important because like you can be good. Like I was good at my job.
That's it. But
didn't necessarily love it.
Happy, right? Doesn't necessarily make you happy.
Yeah. So and I think I found it weird. Like I think I was on the search like after all that therapy and stuff for something that I loved and like an interest. And I still feel very lucky to have found something that I'm quite obsessed by. Because some people, like, sometimes you never find that.
Totally. Or you find it for a little bit and then search for the other thing, you know? And it's like a constant thing, which isn't necessarily bad. But
And I kind of half expected comedy to also just be something I was interested in for a little bit. And then it'd be like, what happened to comedy? I stopped doing it or something like that.
Be like the hat that you threw away.
Exactly. It could have been the hat that I threw away. But I'm still surprised. Like I still half expect like at some point in my life, I will not be interested in comedy.
Yeah.
And that could happen.
But maybe it'll also just change because formats are changing all the time, aren't they?
Yeah,
like
true.
just because you do a lot of stand up now and like hosting and stuff, but there might come a time when it morphs into writing a character for a series, TV or something else, which is a different format, but gives you a different lifestyle, different way of working, but use the same skills. I mean,
it could be. It could be very different.
Yeah,
Who knows?
wow. Sounds like you're a very like open person to all these like
I do. Yeah,
all these opportunities, but also like not confining yourself to being like you're not the person that like I've got to turn up like to this day job, work 70 years, and then retire.
Oh, do you think it was your parents, or your mum? You talked about your mum encouraging you to do all of those creative things when you were younger. Do you think that's really given you a solid sense
100%.
of that?
Yeah, because mum was very much, she was so big on like, you just have to try it. Like you might not like it, you just have to try it. And she encouraged us, and dad as well, to do everything. Like I was so lucky, like anything I wanted to do as a kid, whether it was like tennis lessons or music or anything like that, they were like, yep, sure.
Yeah.
So
They let me do it. Yeah. And like obviously like didn't continue with a lot of these things. But we tried them.
Yeah.
And I'm so thankful. And I think just when you're a kid too, like you get thrown into these weird situations. Like you turn up at a tennis club for your new tennis group.
Don't
you're
know
like,
anyone.
I don't know anyone. But that kind of gives you confidence to like turn up in
it does.
new situations as well.
That's
and
true.
not need to be the best and not need to know everyone. And that's
exactly.
Okay. Like,
it's
still
fine.
Go home to your
family.
It's still like.
So was it ever like when you did quit like the other job in 2021, was there ever like a hard moment or anything telling your parents, or they were just like, oh yeah, no, this is great?
Oh no, definitely.
I mean,
as open as they were,
they got a bit worried.
100%. You tell your parents that in your 30s that you're like, actually quitting my job, Mum, I'm going to do comedy thing. And I think her first response was like, why can't my children do something normal? And I'm like, this is all your fault. You started this.
Yeah.
It's like
made this.
that whole thing of like giving us music lessons and then like my brother joining a band and being like, oh my God, he's joined a band. Can you believe it? I'm like, yeah, you paid for the guitar lessons.
To do drumming.
What are you talking about? So they were a bit concerned about, I don't know, they want you to be steady and everything.
Siblings also in similarly creative.
They're both school teachers. But my middle brother, he does a lot of like content creation and stuff like that. So I think at the time when I quit my job, none of us had full-time work. Like my eldest brother was a relief teacher.
Yeah.
My middle brother was trying this content stuff in Bali. He quit his teaching job and I quit my job.
Wow.
And she was like, oh my God.
What is happening? I gave you everything.
The poor woman. But now they both
funny.
have steady teaching jobs, so I'm off the hook.
Yeah.
But now it's like my job, and they've seen that I've made it my job, and they're very
That
proud.
You
And
can understand that, you'll be okay.
It was worth it.
they're so fine. But they were very concerned about my superannuation.
Yeah.
Well, they should be.
Yeah.
Leah, let me. You guys still have to give them a budget.
Yeah, exactly. But they're encouraging.
They're encouraging now.
Now.
But I remember they came down when I got to the state final of Raw Comedy. In hindsight, not that big a deal. But they came down
big
from
deal.
Brisbane to watch it and
That's a big
stuff.
show. Yeah.
And then like they've come to different spots. Like they always come to the show when I go to Brisbane and everything. And they kind of stopped caring what I talk about and what jokes I use from the family as well. I'm like, well, it's my income now.
Yeah.
So you can't
Thanks
really
for
say
helping me
anything.
earn a living.
Yeah.
Nothing is sacred.
They're like, what about our royalties?
Not quite at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any kind of advice that you would give to the younger version of you?
Yeah, I don't know, because I feel like things happen for a reason and you experience stuff. But if I could go back to high school, Lizzie, I would say, do the classes like you'll let your classes in year 11 and 12, do the ones that you like doing. Like I loved music, I loved speech and drama, I loved art, like and PE. Like I could have done all of those fun subjects. Like what's to say you couldn't do all of that stuff? But I think I was at a school and in a sort of wheel of just like, you've got to go to uni, you've got to do this, you've got to do that. And then I just feel like there's the other job I would do is careers counsellor. I would love to be a careers counsellor.
Really?
Yeah, because I just be like, I just tell kids, be like, just do what you like doing. Don't feel like you have to fit some sort of mold that your parents want you to do, or don't feel like you have to go and do law because you had good marks at school, or that you have to do this and that, and just like find out what you like to do. And that could be like, I don't know, you like animals, then go and do something like that. Whatever thing that you like,
just be driven more by the joy of it.
The joy of it.
Of
you're gonna
money.
stick at something if you like it. And I think that's the comedy thing as well. I just love it so much that it just that's so cliche when they say, if you find something you love, you'll never work a day in your life. But it's kind of true.
There's often a truth behind all those cliches. That's why they're funny.
It's so cringe. True. But then it's like sometimes, and also though, I do feel like the memory of working in an office and catching the train, going to the office, being at my computer is still very fresh in my mind. So when I start to complain about, like comedy's my job now. There's things to complain about. And, you're like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to write a new show. And then I'm like, but would you rather?
Catching that train
into the city.
The 810 North Sydney line.
Yeah, like, and then sitting at your desk all day and answering. I'm like, actually.
Like an imposter in your own life.
I can definitely just write a few little jokes. I'd rather do that than, the alternative. Yeah.
Do you think you've got like a balance as well? Like, because it's no. Just because it's interesting how you were saying
now because you're so into it.
Yeah. I guess,
there might be a time where, and maybe there's a little trickle of that or something where you might need some balance. Or
I definitely need a bit more balance.
Relationship, totally. Human needs like relationships. And family,
the other side of this,
of, like Christmas time and
100%. Just even being like, I've been away so much lately, and just being in my home for the last week. I'm like, wow. This is so nice to be home. I love being home.
Yeah. Wow.
But the flip side of this, the flip side of me like pouring everything into comedy and like my relationship broke down. Like there's sad sides to wanting.
Yeah, it's not an easy career because you do have to travel.
You have to travel so much, and you're away. And shout out to any comedy partner.
Well, because you have to work. For most people, it's the opposite schedules. They would be coming home at 5, and you're leaving to go to like some shitty open mic or something.
It's like such a
keep turning the wheel,
kind of like creative energy that you're always burning. So you're kind of like switched on in that way because you're writing and you're discovering stuff. Like it's sort of high energy in its own way that can be kind of draining.
Yeah, draining. And then like you give a lot of your energy for example, Melbourne
audience.
Comedy Festival, every night you're giving your energy, and then on your day off, you just want to be a little cocoon in your bed. But then the person who loves you and hasn't wanted to hang out with you because you've been all wants to like, let's go out for dinner. You're like, what? That's the last thing I want to do.
It's really hard.
So
That's
it's a
one
really
to
hard
navigate.
to find balance for sure. And I don't. I felt very imbalanced at the start of the year, like just working. But now
because that's such a busy part of the year, like you just mentioned, January you've got to go to Perth, then Adelaide, then
and you're
Canberra,
writing the show, and all your focus is on the show. But the second half of the year, I've sort of given myself, I was like, you got to get your health back, like start putting back into your body and eating well and exercising and doing all that stuff, and trying to maintain that year long is it's hard, but I think
it's probably the only answer to a long career, because otherwise you'll just burn out.
And you'll hate it.
And you'll resent it, or like when I was living in New York, a lot of people used to talk about that feeling of like hitting your 40s or mid 40s and suddenly going, whoa, I've just spent all this time working and building my career and I don't have a relationship, or I don't have the family, and actually that's what I wanted and I didn't. It's like it's sort of like quite a common thing that people would go through, is sort of this moment of going, the midlife.
Where are we at?
I mean,
the stock take.
I mean, that's from a very corporate world, like not in a creative sense, but just like working up the corporate ladder, because that's what you're supposed to do in your 30s.
Put your career first.
You get sort of addicted
I guess
to
in
that,
any
like,
job.
getting better at it and that stuff.
For sure.
And it can be a bit of a trap in a way, loving your job, I guess, and getting good at it and getting better, because you can put so much into it that actually it can sort of sideline you, and it's often something in life, sickness or something, or if something happens to a family member, right, that can suddenly make you go, whoa.
Put things into perspective. Definitely.
It's funny how that happens.
Totally.
That was a bit of a downer, but
it's so true. Because I'm a big Queenslander. Watching the State of Origin.
I mean, although we don't, watch a State of Origin.
Watch a State of Origin.
No, I mean, because Dad came from Melbourne, so he's a bit more AFL leaning.
Where did you grow? Where did you live?
Warwick.
Oh, you're from Warwick.
Yeah.
Have we spoken about this?
Yeah, but because
my mum's from Toowoomba.
Yeah. But you grew up in Brisbane, and also a different part of like around Wynnum, Carindale, right? Yeah. So when I lived in Brisbane, I lived like near like Toowong and Paddington. It's a different vibe. But no, grew up in Warwick, so we all had to move straight to Brisbane because there's nothing you can do in Warwick. So when you graduate, you move to the big smoke. Move to Brisbane.
It is the big smoke. I played many a hockey tournament at Warwick.
Wow, our dad was the president of the hockey club.
I played on that field.
Oh, you have?
Pretty nice
oh my god!
Pretty nice field.
Yeah, he got the turf laid after a big flood.
Wow.
Laid, and then in total tragedy it was laid and completed, and then the floods came and ruined it all. To raise all the money again.
Yeah, real community funding for those big projects. Yeah. I don't know if we have talked about playing hockey, but because I played hockey. I mean, I wasn't very good. I played defense, but I was, the pillar of the back line, the wall.
Get back out there.
Ray in the wall. She's sturdy.
I can't imagine anyone ever calling you a wall. Like you're anything but a wall.
Yeah, you would have been like,
no, don't mind me.
Like doing cartwheels on the side. Like, Raywin, concentrate. Not that way, you're going the other way.
Wow. Maybe you'll get into pick up the sticks again, get into hockey.
I only put the stick down
balance?
a couple of years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was
Whoa.
big on the stick, guys.
Big on the stick.
Big on the stick.
You're at home waxing it. What do you do?
Actually,
Wax
no.
it.
Do you wax a hockey
I don't know.
No. Have you seen, when was the last time you picked up a hockey stick?
It was a long, like when I was
Okay.
14 or something.
yeah.
They've
Yeah.
been massive now because an
they're
adult
huge.
stick is
Yeah.
They're like a real, what kind of metal? Like they're real
Oh,
hard.
right.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're
I
not
think I only
wooden
had wood.
anymore. No,
Yeah.
they're
yeah, I was
not
gonna say,
wooden.
I didn't
Whoa.
timber.
Because some of them would even split. Like,
Yeah,
you,
they
you
are.
have,
They
yeah.
are metal.
They're metal.
That's how we did it in work.
Yeah.
just pieces of fence.
Crack it over. Yeah.
Yeah, just
Picking up a wood paling.
Yeah.
Nails, holding it together. That's how we roll.
Wow.
Yeah. But
Wow.
I love playing hockey, but I just don't have, that's the balance, talking of balance. I don't have time.
Yeah.
I tried to one season in this club I played for down here. They let me do like a 5-game membership, but it kind of wasn't worth it because it's such like a robust sport.
Yeah.
You play one
You don't
game,
wanna
you're
injure
so
yourself at this
sore.
point,
Yeah.
right?
You never,
It's
I never
kind of
got
hard not
fit.
to injure.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I just like play and then wouldn't play for 3 weeks and
So
play
much
Play
running
again.
hockey.
Yeah.
It's just like
It's
my
a
sprinting.
big-
I
Backwards and
do
forwards and
love
backwards.
it.
Yeah.
And sometimes there's a summer
Big
comp
court.
that I can play in, but is it worth it to get like a black eye?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's high
I don't
risk.
know. It is a bit of a high risk sport.
Yeah.
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 But fun.
Yeah. Would you recommend this as a career? Obviously, you've
Comedy?
like- yeah. I mean, obviously, you've found like a lot of success, but
Yeah.
it's pretty hard.
It's
like,
it's brutal. And I think
You
there's
know?
a lot of there is a lot of hard work. There's also a lot of luck.
yeah.
And a lot of like magic that happens. Right place, right time.
yeah.
I was fortunate to come up at a time when they were looking for more female acts, diverse voices, that sort of thing. If I'd gone like 10 years earlier, I probably would have been like,
been booed off the stage.
Or
Or
just-
just terrible.
I would have been really,
Well, maybe
yeah,
wouldn't
it wouldn't
it?
have been as
Early
encouraging. I
2000s.
wouldn't have
Yeah.
got those,
Yeah.
like I feel like I did get a lot of opportunities because, you know, they wanted women, they wanted
Yeah.
diverse voices.
They were realizing that.
Well, and
oh,
people
actually,
were becoming more
yeah.
open-minded.
Yes,
about
exactly.
it,
Yeah,
Whereas
yeah.
before you might have been a kind of like overlooked and dismissed as not.
Yeah,
those
exactly.
opportunities.
So I recommend, I think try it.
Yeah.
And I think if you're going to do it, like I meet a lot of people that are like, oh, yeah, I want to get into comedy. And I'm like, so do you do it?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? How
Yeah.
often are you gigging?
Yeah.
Oh, like once a month. What? No.
Yeah.
Like, you have to go
Yeah.
hard at this.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I usually tell people is like, find out if you like it because you might. Like it's kind of, I think the idea of it is fun and cool.
But the reality.
The reality can be a bit of a drain. And when people start, they realize how much work it is
Yeah.
to like do one joke and then get better at it and then realize, actually, that's not that funny. I got to wipe that joke and get rid of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like it's a labor of love. Really. And if you don't like it, you're not going to
Get anywhere.
like, yeah. You have to love it to turn up
Yeah.
again and again and again.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I do recommend it. But I just recommend finding a job that
Your
you
own
like.
passion. Yeah. Yeah.
Mine just happens to be
And
comedy.
being open. I mean, yeah, as you were saying that
try new
your
things.
career might change, but you're not scared of that either. I think
Yeah,
that's pretty like, that's,
I think maybe something will happen in the future.
yeah.
I don't know. I really like oysters. And, I'm thinking
Being an oyster farmer.
maybe I become an oyster farmer in Merimbula.
Wow.
Maybe.
Just putting it out
Just
there.
putting it out there.
Someone's got a plan.
I know.
Next time we get you back on this podcast, it'll be,
I'll be in those
transitioning.
plastic
transitioning to oyster farm.
Yeah, yeah.
The bushkinder pants. Oh, thank you
That's so
so
great.
much.
Oh, thanks for
Thanks,
having
Lizzy.
me. Yeah, it's been fun. What a
No,
great
thank
little
you
pod.
so much.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
Gorgeous.
Is there anything you want to plug. I guess you're just
when are you
you're
doing
in
this?
your downtime and a couple
When will you
weeks. So
release
like
it?
mid-August. Where are you going to be?
I've got Bendigo Comedy Festival. I'll just look. Mid-August, Bendigo Comedy Festival, October 4, and Brisbane at the Caxton Street Comedy Festival on October 18th.
Yay!
Wow.
So, yeah, come
Get
drive
out
down
there.
from Warwick.
Yes.
Come along, girls. We're going to the Caco.
Yes.
Those are the days.
So
Right.
great. Okay. Thanks, Lizzy. Bye. Hello, just Raywin here, dropping in for a quick plug. I will also be in Brisbane on Saturday, October 11th. I'm doing my hour solo show, Sheepish. I'll be at the awesome Good Chat Comedy Club on Caxton Street. Those guys are doing great things in the Brisbane comedy scene. Head to goodchatcomedy.com for tickets. I would love to see you there. Bye.
Thank you for listening. If you liked us, please tell a friend or two. Apparently that's how these things work. We want to acknowledge the incredible stories, culture, resilience and creativity of the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander communities, in particular the beautiful lands of the Wurundjeri Woiwurrung people of the Kulin Nations, where this podcast is recorded. Thank you also to Chris Pickering for the music and Vincent Pickering for the logo and animations. And yes, they are our brothers. We're everywhere.